Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. It is Julie here with your TipRanks pre-market morning update, where we're bringing you everything you need to know before the market opens. So let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back and thank you all so much for being here. As usual, this morning we'll be taking a look at exciting stock market news, notable earnings reports, and the morning's biggest gainers and losers. If you haven't downloaded the TipRanks mobile app already, what are you waiting for? You can follow the links in the description down below so you can stay up to date with all of the latest market news and access your favorite research tools on the go. Now let's get right into this morning's exciting stock market news. U.S. stock futures are currently back into the green this morning. Right now, Dow futures are up 0.47%, S&P 500 futures up 0.26%, and NASDAQ futures barely in the green at 0.03%. Alphabet's self-driving unit, Waymo, will be expanding to the city of Los Angeles next. This would mark Waymo's third region. They currently offer driverless rides in parts of Phoenix, and last year announced they were rolling out to San Francisco, where they're currently doing trips with safety drivers. Waymo said that they've gotten to know many LA neighborhoods and will begin driving autonomously in several central districts over the coming months. Analysts currently rate the Alphabet stock a strong buy with an average upside of 41%. Taiwan Semiconductor plans on increasing their investment and manufacturing capacity in Japan as they look to minimize their geopolitical risks as tension between the U.S. and China rises. The expansion would be part of an already under-construction manufacturing plant in Japan. Taiwan Semiconductor has friendly ties with the U.S. and depends on arms supplies from America, while China is one of the major importers of their chips. The current rough scenario between the U.S. and China's dominance over Taiwan has made their position precarious. The U.S. ban on supplying Chinese chip makers with technology to make chips has added to their worries as well, but the company does have a year's license to secure an exemption from the rule. Analysts currently rate their stock a strong buy, with an average upside of 304%, being largely driven up by one extremely bullish price target. Shares of Plug Power fell 11% yesterday after the company scaled back their production forecast for the year. Plug Power has dropped plans for 2 plants and now sees 50 tons a day of green hydrogen production by the end of 2022 versus the previous estimate of 70 tons a day. Their chief strategy officer did reiterate the end of 2023 production target of 200 tons per day. Analysts currently rate the Plug Power stock a moderate buy with an average upside of 104%. And Uber Technologies has announced a new ad division. They launched Journey Ads, and through this ad unit, brands can partner with the company for advertising on Uber, Uber Eats apps, and beyond. Uber is diversifying their revenue source and focusing on profitability by expanding into the digital ad category. These mobility-as-a-service providers are poised to benefit from higher travel demand and the reopening of offices. Analysts currently rate the Uber stock a strong buy with an average upside of 72%. Now moving over to notable earnings reports. In the after hours today, we'll be hearing from Snap, Whirlpool, and CSX. In the after hours last night, we heard from Tesla. They did beat earnings expectations but missed on revenue. Their adjusted earnings per share came in at $1.05, which was 5 cents ahead of analyst estimates. Their sales did increase 56% year over year, hitting $21.45 billion, but this was lower than the $21.95 billion that analysts were looking for. Tesla's operating margin expanded from 14.6% to 17.2%, and their operating income grew from $2 billion in the comparable period to $3.7 billion now. Analysts currently rate the Tesla stock a moderate buy with an average upside of 45%. Last night, we also heard from IBM, who beat expectations on both earnings and revenue. Their revenue grew 6.5% year over year to $14.11 billion, surpassing the analyst expectations of $13.52 billion. While their earnings per share did decline 1.6% year over year, the $1.81 topped the estimates of $1.79. The IBM stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of 13.5%. In the pre-market this morning, we heard from American Airlines. They reported Q3 earnings of 69 cents, which was 13 cents ahead of expectations. Revenue of $13.46 billion was in line with expectations and increased 50% year over year. The company said that they continue to execute their plan to pay down approximately $15 billion of total debt by the end of 2025. Analysts currently rate their stock a hold with an average upside of 8%. We also heard from AT&T, who beat expectations on earnings and revenue and added 964,000 total new subscribers. Their earnings per share of 68 cents was 7 cents ahead of analyst estimates. Revenue of $30 billion beat estimates by $140 million. They're now expecting their earnings per share for the full year to be $2.50, higher than their prior outlook of $2.46. Analysts currently rate their stock a moderate buy with an average upside of 33%. And we also heard from Tractor Supply, who beat on earnings, missed on revenue, but did increase their fiscal year guidance. Earnings per share came in at $2.10, beating analyst expectations by 2 cents. Revenue of $3.27 billion was up over 8% year over year, but did miss expectations by just $10 million. Their fiscal year outlook has been updated to reflect the recent acquisition of Orscheln Farm, and they're expecting to add approximately $75 million to net sales in their fourth quarter. Analysts currently rate their stock a moderate buy with an average upside of nearly 20%. Now let's take a look at which stocks are this morning's biggest gainers and losers. Our biggest gainers this morning are led by Super Micro Computer after they increased their Q1 guidance. Trading under the ticker SMCI, the stock is currently up over 18%. They're followed by Vertiv Holdings under VRT, up nearly 7%, and Woodside Energy Group under the ticker WDS, up about 5%. And our biggest losers this morning are led by the Ericsson stock after they missed expectations in their earnings this morning. Trading under the ticker ERIC, the stock is down 15%. They're followed by Alcoa under AA, down 11%, and Allstate under ALL, down over 10%. So that is going to be everything for Thursday's pre-market morning update, getting you up to speed with what you need to know before that opening bell. If you made it to the end of today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, that you've downloaded the TipRanks mobile app, and say good morning in the comments down below. I always love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you back here next time.